Have you truly realized, deep down, that one day this life that you have is going to be over? That you will have nothing left? The response I might get from you may very well be, yeah, obviously. But believe it or not, I actually forgot this scientific fact 2 years ago when I was stressed, upset, and angry at myself. I was really stressed out about school. I was worried about being compared to some of my friends, and I couldn't solve a math problem. These are real first world problems, I know, but at that time it seemed like my whole world was collapsing. That all these terrible things were just happening to me, and I wasn't in control of anything. And then realization struck me. And this realization made me say out loud, we all will die. My mom stared at me like I was crazy. But I realized that at the end of my life, I will die. And all these things that I'm stressing about won't matter. They won't have that long an impact. Those were the very words I spoke when I remembered that death is what becomes of us all. After all the sadness, frustration, and emotions we experience and overcome in our lives. It was then that I realized that death doesn't lead to depression, but rather it takes you on a journey of self-discovery, reflection, and ultimately happiness. It leads to finding meaning in life. It leads to being fulfilled in life. And it leads to happiness. Many people know death as a solemn topic. It is seen as an end to your agony, a finish line. But I think death reminds us of how precious life is. As a wise friend of mine once said, we all think about death once in a while. So let's think about this positively. Until a certain point in our lives, we all have this blissfully ignorant period where we have yet to realize our own mortality, that we are not invincible or immortal. Usually, this state of belief continues until someone we love is taken away from us, or we have a health scare, or we simply grow up, experience life, and realize, oh wait, all this might not actually go on forever. But I would argue that describing this state as bliss is an error. Because when we properly realize that we will die, we remember the fundamental questions of life. Questions that can literally make all the difference between just running through life on autopilot mode and living a life that you love and that you are proud of. Am I doing what I love? Could be one of the questions that surface in your mind. In our day, our hours are mostly split between work and rest. And as students, study and rest. And to learn to love what you do and to do what you love requires for a balance. But this balance is hard to fulfill because both are equally important. As Steve Jobs once said, I have looked in the mirror every morning and asked myself, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I am about to do today? Now, of course, the answer to this can't just be yes every single day because we can't just do what we want. And hence the second part of this quote. And whenever the answer has been no, for too many days in a row, I know I need to change something. When I think about this quote, I realize how important it is to having an am I happy on my to-do list is equally as important as, say, math homework. It was then that I realized the importance of focus and about putting greater weight on the keystones of life. Keystones such as happiness, family, faith, and love. Math homework is nowhere near that list, so perhaps it deserves less weight. I'm not telling you that homework is unimportant, but maybe, just maybe, it isn't worth stressing about and crying over. Because there are so many greater things in life that one should have and seeks to have. Okay, now this analogy on homework is only an example of an aspect of your life that is important for you to focus on, your happiness. But it goes to show just how important it is to have focus in your life and to focus on the right things. Focus is the gateway to thinking. Focus is living and thinking in the present. Focus in the sense where you concentrate while doing a math problem is important so you don't make careless mistakes. But it is also important to focus on the right things. And only you know what is truly important to you. So I am here standing before you to remind you that you will die. So while you live, focus on the keystones of your life. Thank you.